I'm continuing my read through slash breakdown of each of the main volumes of Marvel Rivals, of the storylines and plot lines what's going on in the main story. And today I am continuing with Volume 4, Season 4, Heart of the Dragon. Right? And before I start, I do apologize if you hear a fan in the background. My room tends to get very hot, and also my AC is out. And if you hear any ruckus in the background, it's probably my sister's guinea pigs that I'm currently looking after. So, yeah. And I also tend to get tongue tied, so I do apologize if I stutter or mispronounce something. So, yeah, just a little heads up. But, anyways, Volume 4, Season 4, Heart of the Dragon. Let's get into it. Page 1. Let the sleeping dragon lie. I've been known by many names across the eons, but most of them cannot be pronounced by human tongues. In the days since mortals first arrived here in the sacred city of Kunlun, one of the great capital cities of heaven, I have been called Shaolao. Shaolao, the Undying. Countless legends have been written about me. The dragon whose heart burns with unfathomable power. For over 1,000,000 years, I have shared that power with noble champions who proved themselves worthy. My immortal weapons, my iron fists, they have fought to protect Kalan from any who would dare harm it. But now a new threat has arisen, unlike any other I have seen, and for the first time I can recall I fear for my city and my people. It began when all space and time became fractured by the meddling of mortals. As a result, all seven of the capital's cities materialized in the same plane of reality, an alignment that is only supposed to occur every 88 years, and form the heart of heaven. Normally, this would be a time for celebration and sport, but instead, we found ourselves caught in the midst of a war between gods and demons. The heart of heaven was in dire need of protection, but I could offer none. The same events that sent the time stream spiraling into chaos had an unexpected effect on me. I became frozen in time as if caught in a deep slumber, and while I could sense all that was happening around me, it was as was walking, if I was in a walking dream. Sadly, that dream would soon become a nightmare, since my Iron Fist had ventured away from Kunlun to protect other realms in peril. One of the mortals responsible for this madness, a man known as Doom, seized the opportunity to invade this blessed place. His intent was clear. He coveted my heart, the very source of my power, the wellspring of chi that I have shared with every Iron Fist, but as time stream froze me in place, it struck my heart as well, fusing with the new energy born of this so-called entanglement. For what purpose does he seek this great power? I cannot say. It could be that he wishes to use his restorative powers to mend his sacred or his scarred visage, or perhaps to purify the soul of one that he loved and lost. Whatever the case, he must be stopped, yet I can do nothing but watch as he advances toward my lair. Thankfully, my Iron Fist has returned to the heart of heaven, and he has brought many allies with him. But there is a secret Lin Lai has hidden from his companions, one that could very well spell the end of Kunlun, and perhaps all of reality if it is revealed. Unlike the Iron Fist before him, Lin Lai did not truly earn his legendary power. He a fraud. Fraud watch. He was given it, and what was given can always be taken away. So yeah, obviously what's happening in this page is Sholau is narrating it about, talking about what happened with Kunlun, how it came to be, and what happens with Kunlun. About the whole his heart, and it being like his source of his power, and the whole Iron Fist mantle and all that. And, ever since, the whole time stream got messed up and broken up, all of the, power got, sent to elsewhere. And also now it binded with his heart and his chi. So now it froze him in place, and Now Doom gonna come up and try to take his powers in his heart. But now, unlike Iron Fist, he is gonna pull up with his other companions and heroes and whatnot. But then, we found out that he kind of, on Fraud Watch, he kind of a fraud. I mean, he earned the power. It was given to him. By who? Guessing he was a Shou-Lao, or he was my goat, Danny Rand, who gave him the power. But yeah, that's what happened to page 1. And so what's what happened with these other pages. Page number 2. Angel and Devil. I've waited a long time to finally get an audience with you, Shou-Lao. The least you could do is awaken from your slumber and acknowledge my presence. The man known as Dazong paused for what seemed like an eternity, but there was no response from the ancient dragon in front of him. Dazong couldn't even hear Shou-Lao breathing. It was as if the giant creature, had been frozen in time. Fine, Dazong relented. If you won't speak, I'll at least make sure you listen to everything I have to say. I'm sure you're well aware that the capital cities of heaven have converged long before they were supposed to, but what you fail to recognize is that there are more than 7 of them represent the 8th city, a realm that has long been excluded from your assembly of favored nations. For ages, you treated my realm as nothing more than a prison for criminals and monsters, the very worst the capital cities had to offer. But in the time since I arrived, I have worked hard to change that. What was once a lawless underworld is now a refuge for those who have been displaced by the war raging beyond your walls. These people have nowhere else to go, but they're here and you can't ignore them any longer. They deserve representation, and I'm more than willing to fight for it. You know nothing of fighting, a woman said from behind his own. Not until you have crossed blades with elder gods on the edge of oblivion and lived to tell the tale. Dazong turned to face this new visitor to Shou-Lao's palace, a red-haired warrior with golden armor and a massive spear. I recognize your heartbeat, Dazong said. You're Asgardian. Born of the gods, perhaps, she said, but I was raised by angels. Angels, Dazong replied with a smirk. I lost faith in those a long time ago. Then I will make you believe again, the warrior woman said, raising her spear and leaping toward Dazong. So swears Angela, the hand of heaven. Despite Angela's swift attack, Dazong leaped out of the way effortlessly, avoiding any contact whatsoever. I've been to hell and back, Dazong said. Slayed my share of beasts, faced enough devils, and you're destined to become one yourself. But if that's what I need to be to protect my people, I'm okay with it. I've been, oh, no, I said that. I know exactly what you are, Angel said. Angel said, her eyes burning with rage. Only a devil would offer sanctuary to a witch like hell. Everyone deserves a second chance, his own reply. That includes all of us. You, me, Lausa. What? What do you know of my sister? Angela gasped, shocked by the name the man in front of her just uttered. I know she's safe, Zong said, and that you'll be reunited soon. But only if we survive the battles to come. And to do that, an angel may have to make a deal with a devil if she dares. Daredevil, if she dares. Anyways, corny. But anyways, also what's happening on this page is Maddie, my goat, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, Zone, whatever you want to call him, is he pulled up to go on to talk to the Shou-Lao about what's happening. And, addressing everything that's happening with the time stream and, the cities converging with each other before they're supposed to. Shaw, he can't really talk because he's frozen in time because of the time stream entanglement. So he's kind of coming off as he's giving Daredevil the silent treatment, even though he can't talk. But then, as Daredevil was talking to Shou-Lao, Angela pulled up and was like, what you doing with her? Like, why are you giving her a shelter? Why are you sheltering her? Why are you protecting her? And then, she didn't like that because I was like, hell is hell. She was evil. And she also, joined up with Noah in the last volume in the last season for this one, and Angel doesn't trust her whatsoever. That's her sister. Anyway. But now Daredevil and Angel, they squabbling whatsoever. They, you know, going back and forth about, angels and devils and gods and all that. And then Daredevil ordered, and said also, which is Angel's sister, baby sister. And they're trying to, conversate and talk about what's happening with Lausa and how they should join forces instead of fighting each other. And yeah, it's page number 2. The last page is a very short volume, on 3 pages. But yeah, page number 3, last page, panel number 1. The Lies of Lin Lai, a passage from the Book of Doom. I came to the fabled city of Kunlun with one goal in mind, to gather a unique form of Chronovium, infused with powerful chi energy, native to this realm. When my efforts led me to the undying dragon Shaolao, the source of the ancient power stored within the crystals, I vowed to claim every last drop of chi flowing through the slumbering beast's heart in the name of Doom. It is a rare occasion when I must abandon one of my master's plans, but when Shaolao was unexpectedly awakened by a group of meddlesome heroes, I was forced to reconsider my approach. Make no mistake, I cobbled a team of heroes and a fairy dragon, even together, would still be no match for Doom. But to defeat them all, how much time would I waste? How much risk would I take compared to slaying a sleeping dragon that cannot fight back? A direct assault is simply not worth it. Luckily, one as brilliant as Victor Von Doom is never without a backup plan. Xiao chi would still be mine, and I would claim it legitimately, unlike the dragon's current champion. We throwing shots. Hold on. You throwing shots. You see, as a devout student of the mystic arts, I am well aware of how one becomes the immortal weapon of Kunlun. One must complete the Shenlong trial, defeating Xiao in combat by plunging their fists into his heart. Only then can they claim the power of Qi and the title of Iron Fist. But it seems as if someone did not bother to follow the rules. Whispers had told me of how Xiaolao's current chosen one never took part in any trial. Instead, he was gifted the dragon's power when he was injured beyond repair, and the beast took pity on him. You don't fraud watch. You don't fraud watch. It was a secret that neither Lin Lai nor Xiao wanted the world to know, and one I would use to my advantage. I descended slowly before the assembled crowd. Both the wary heroes and Xiao himself were clearly poised for battle. Yet Doom had no intention of engaging in such crude combat, at least not yet. Instead, I challenged Xiao to a proper trial, citing the fact that Lin Lai's claim to the Iron Fist was illegitimate. According to the traditions of Gon, the warrior who would become the true 67th Iron Fist was still undetermined. I already knew that the title belonged to Doom, so I demanded the chance to prove my worth. Alas, Shou had other plans. He evoked a law from the Book of the Iron Fist, one so ancient that even I, who have studied countless magical tombs, had never heard of it. This law states that if a challenge to the title of an immortal weapon is raised when the capital cities of heaven have converged, each city is allowed the chance to claim that power by participating in an epic tournament. And since the accursed time stream entanglement had fused the seventh mystical realms into the heart of heaven, all immortal weapons were now eligible to vie for Shaolao's mighty chi. I had no chance but to accept Shaolao's terms and to prepare for the tournament at hand. I had faith that Doom would be able to win against any foes, immortal or otherwise. However, if the dragon was able to send in a champion to fight in his name, perhaps it would be wise for me to do the same. Mm. So yeah, in this panel, Doom is saying how he wants to take the power of the Iron Fist for himself and take on the line White Knight and kill Shou, take the powers of his chi. so he can use it with so he can use it for the Carnovium crystals for his experiment or his plan. And you throwing shots at Enlighten Awesome. He didn't earn that. He got that because of pity and whatnot. He ain't no real Iron Fist. And yeah, that's basically what happened. Pound number 2. All new immortal weapons. Hit their rivals. It's your girl Galacta. Oh god. With a major announcement. Someone I'm looking at you, Doom, decided it would be a good idea to challenge Shou-Lao to a fight for his chi. And now, thanks to some ancient bylaws in the Book of the Iron Fist, it means that every immortal weapon can get in on the action. But here's the wildest part. Most of the real immortal weapons were lost in the time stream when the Heart of Heaven formed. So each of the capital cities of Heaven had to select a new champion to enter the tournament. The immortal beast from each city surveyed our heroes and chose the ones whose spirit resonated with them most. And boy, did they make some unexpected picks. But maybe not all of them are unexpected. Shou-Lao is obviously sending in his current Iron Fist, the martial arts master Lin Lai. The Kunlun kid looks ready for all out action, but he's got a lot to prove. Rumor has it he might not have actually earned his fancy fist fair and square. Dang, word travel fast. Word travel fast, call him a fraud. Next up, Sengambo picked Storm to fight in their honor. Guess some of their sister tribes back on Earth must have had good things to say about their beloved weather goddess. Let's see if this queen of orphans makes Shizai. 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 Zigambo's enigmatic black unicorn lion proud. Standing in for. Oops. Standing in for Tiger's beautiful daughter is a relative newcomer, Odin's estranged daughter Angela. Can the hand of heaven channel all her rage in the name of Tiger Island? I've got a feeling the answer is a resounding A. Want to know who Jingyo, the river nine-headed black tortoise, chose to represent the lush island of Pinglai? I've got just 3 words for you, kids. He is Groot. The Kingdom of Spiders had a lot of candidates to choose from, but they passed in our pals, Peter and Penny, to go with a woman nearly as lethal as the former champion. Bride of Nine Spires. That's right, gang. Make way for the Black Widow. Looks like Hu Dao, the creepy canine controlling the Undercity, is betting on our favorite feral fighter, Wolverine. Will Logan be able to claw his way to victory earn and his place as the new Dog Brother X? Only time will tell. And finally, stealing Kunzi's Kunzi's rightful spot in the tournament is the man who challenged Shou-Lao in the first place. He's the maniacal, metal-clad monarch behind all this madness. You love to hate him. He's Loki? Wait, something's not right here. I've got to check my roster. I thought it was supposed to be. Whoa, hold on. We've got another competitor from the 8th City. The protector of refugees and lost souls has thrown his hat in the ring. In the service of Ying Long, the Black Dragon, we've got an unexpected new fighter, folks. Here know him as folks here know him as the Zong, but you can call him Matty Murdock. Daredevil. Things just got a lot more interesting rivals. I can't wait to see what happens next. So yeah, in this panel obviously is Galacta introducing every fighter for each god and goddess and champions of the different cities. And then, we got Black Widow, we got Daredevil, we got Wolverine, we got Loki, we got Angela, then we got Iron Fist, we got Storm, we got Groot. Yeah, they're for the fighting tournament, and you got Doctor Doom gonna fight for the Chi from Chihuahua. Inner Devil, pound number 3. I could feel their shock when I stepped into the Shinlong arena to announce my participation in the upcoming tournament. They likely heard the stories of the song, but they had no idea who the man behind the mask was. I'm sure they wondered how a guy like me went from patrolling the streets of New York to overseeing an ancient city of refugees and outcasts. But quite honestly, it wasn't too far of a leap. As Matt Murdock, I spent my days protecting people from people who had no way to protect themselves. That devotion to the downtrodden carried over into my double life as Daredevil. So even as the endless war between gods and demons devoured my life and all those I held dear, my focus was on making sure that no innocents got caught in the crossfire. But the safety of my people came as a steep price, a piece of my soul to save lives. I had to deal with the hand first. I had battled with the ancient ninja clan many times before, but now there was no deal to be had, only final judgment. There was once a time that I had let their demon lord, the beast, control me as his fist. When my guilt took over me, but I had a new mission now to prevent the few pieces left on the world of the world. I knew from being devoured I would descend into hell and claim his life for myself. One more sin to add to the many I have accrued. I took down each warrior, dismantled each hideaway, one by one. The debt of lives and betrayals continued to grow, all the greater good, all for the greater good. With each descending step, those who trusted me could no longer continue down my road of self-sacrifice. But at the end of my journey, I had sacrificed nearly everything to finally succeed, my own life least valuable among them. But it was beyond the gates of hell when my mission was complete, along with the head of the beast in my hands, that I sank to my knees. The laughter of demons echoed in my ears as they cackled at my completed mission. For the beast was just one among innumerable dark warlords in the world. I listened to the gnashing of endless teeth across the splinter realms, to the terrified screams of divine beings from across pantheons known and unknown, to the final gasp of the fallen tossed into what they called the God Quarry. It was there that I realized my faith had lost its meaning and my sins had amounted to nothing. But it was nothing. But it was at my lowest that salvation found me. When I vanquished the beast, a captive spirit named Yinlong was set free. This immortal dragon offered me a deal. He would help me absorb the beast's power if I would become his new champion, helping to restore his home, the Eighth City, to its proper place in the heart of heaven. It was the definition of necessary evil. It was a burden that only I could be trusted with to bear. That's how I became his own, a champion devoted to saving other lost souls. My people may have called me something new, but the horns still fit just the same. Ying Long told me that together we can end the war raging beyond the walls of these cities. So while my fellow heroes are busy battling for Shao Chi, I have a different prize in mind, the sword of Fushi. According to Yin Long, it's only the weapon capable of breaking the seal of the tomb of his master, Shiyu, an ancient god capable of restoring balance to the universe. But there's a catch as always. The sword was broken, and fragments were absorbing into the arms of Unlai. The current Iron Fist, based on our encounters so far, I can tell that he's a noble warrior, but I have a feeling that he's not going to sacrifice his sacred weapon willingly, which means I'm going to have to take it the hard way. I don't have any desire to harm the protector of Kunlun. I remember Danny, my goat. I remember Danny, but if we don't end this war soon, so many more will suffer. So I'm guessing Danny died. Not the goat, not just seasoned warriors like us, but innocent children like little Elsa. I can't allow that, and I also can't sit back and let more sinister forces twist this chaos to their advantage as Hela did before she arrived in my city. Throughout my life, I've always fought for the greater good at any cost. And as long as there's still some good left in this world, I'm not planning to let anyone stop me now. It was a long page. So yeah, what's happening here is Daredevil, Matt Murdock is, introducing himself and what's been going on, and how he became to be in Eighth City as the new champion of Eighth City, because he took down the Beast, and now he became the champion of Yeah, Long, right? I think right. And that's how he came. Yeah, that's how he got the title of the Zong. That's why I call him the Zong. And now he has to get the power of the Chi and the Iron Fist back from Lin Lai so he can use it to stop everything that's been going on. You know, whether that is forcibly or willingly, as he said. So yeah, what's going on this page right here? It's about his past experience with battles and wars over time, going from New York, then going to Kunlun, being champion of the Eighth City and all that. And yeah, try to stop everything that's been going on and help everybody else out as he can. But anyways, final page, or final panel, I should say. Raising the stakes. Dearest Sholau, I felt impelled to send you a message to express my deepest gratitude for delaying the upcoming Shenlong tournament. Although you and I have rarely interacted over the many eons that we have existed, I have always kept a close eye on your secret city. In fact, I am proud to say that I have placed wagers on all 66 of the Iron Fist who have partaken in trial by combat to earn your legendary power. Not only did I earn quite a handsome sum when the XCC got that parlay, it probably went through. I also found myself thoroughly entertained by each of the events as they unfolded. You and the people of Kunlun certainly do know how to put on a show. Needless to say, I couldn't have been more thrilled to have learned that you would be hosting an even grander tournament in the heart of heaven, bringing together 8 fabled realms in an all-out brawl for ultimate power. But due to some recent unfortunate events that took place as a menagerie belonging to my fellow Elder of the Universe, the Collector, my schedule is unfortunately occupied for the time being. Because of this, I found myself deeply concerned that I would not be able to attend your contest. In addition, I also happened to have a little game of my own on the horizon, and I was worried that the player I had selected as my champion might not be able to participate due to injuries sustained during your trial. Thankfully, however, it seems that the stars have aligned in everyone's favor. I do hope that you will save me a seat in your arena when the time finally comes for battle. As an advance token of my appreciation, I have sent along a playing card that I won in a game against Mephisto himself. From what I can tell, I believe it contains a stolen fragment of your own chi. I considered keeping it as a trophy, but I felt it would be better off back with you where it belongs. Perhaps one day, when the time comes to cash in on all of your ships, you will be so kind as to return the favor. Until we meet the arena, until we meet in the arena, Indui Gas, the Grandmaster. P.S. As one who has hosted many tournaments in my day, I do hope that you have plans to keep these heroes in line should they decide to deviate from the rules. They have a tendency to do so, I found. And if you play your cards right and they don't drain every last bit of your life force, I may make an appearance at your next tournament myself. So obviously, this is Grandmaster making his letter to Sholau about everything that's been going on with the tournament and whatnot, and how his parlays went through. And he got some bread off of some of the bets that they made, I guess. And he was talking about the card that's right here that contains a fragment of Sholau's chi, and he got off of a game, playing a game with Mephisto. He won it back, and now he's turning it back to Sholau. It's a token of gratitude, I guess. Or like trying to like get accepted by Sholau for the tournaments and whatnot. And yeah, this is a cliffhanger for volume 5, season 5. Sync up the whole Grandmaster and whatnot. But yeah, that is Volume 4, Season 4, Heart of the Dragon. And yeah, let me know what y'all thought about this season and this volume. Did y'all like it or did y'all not like it? Did y'all like new characters, Daredevil and Angela? And I handled the story. But yeah, I'm done chatting. See you in the next volume with Volume 5, Season 5. But yeah, I'm done chatting. I'm out.